Welcome, my love light lifers. Natty T here, your vibrational coach, and today we're talking about dreams. If you are wanting to know how dreams work or how you can possibly interpret them to help you manifest, then stick around. Also, I'd like to know, what do you dream about most often? Are they weird? Come on, let us know in the comments. For now, we're gonna get into it. I'd like to say welcome back to all of my returning subscribers. If you just showed up just now, welcome. I hope you stay and enjoy your time with us. Don't forget to hit the subscribe so you can get more of this amazing content, and hit the bell so you know when I upload new videos, because I have an entire series of these videos about symbols and signs. So if you want to interpret your own synchronicities that will help you manifest, just hit that bell. We're going to get into it right now, starting with dreams. So this is going to be the first of 2 videos on dreams for now, just covering the basics as to how dreams tend to work in the, not the psychological, but more so the metaphysical sense. So what we're talking about here is the psyche of the brain versus the content of the dream reality. Sounds juicy. But all it's really talking about is we haven't yet as a species been able to pinpoint that place where dreams happen. We tend to think that it isn't a real place and that nothing is actually happening other than a brain response. However, if you want to argue that, then we could have a little argument about whether or not reality in itself is just a brain response. But what we really want to talk about is the fact that when we're talking about the law of attraction, we're talking about dreams too. If there was ever evidence that you could do for yourself, that you could actually experiment with for yourself about reality and the law of attraction, it's with dreams. Because basically what dreams are is the same thing that reality is, except less dense, which means the physics of it is just a little bit less, I don't want to say solid, but I do want to say it's slightly different. I had to find the words for that one. But what we're talking about is just the same as if you've ever had a dream, if you've ever woken up from a dream and remembered a part of the dream. I remember having a dream, more than one, but I remember having dreams where I would think of something and it would be there. If you're a lucid dreamer, you experience this all of the time. But sometimes what happens is you say, oh, I hope this doesn't happen, and then it happens. Or, oh, wonder what would happen if, and it happens. This is the same thing that is happening in our reality, except in the dream space, it's instant manifestation. You think about being somewhere and you're there. However, because you don't know that you're dreaming, often you will place waking physics onto your dream reality. This is also something that you may encounter if you lucid dream. Lucid dreamers, I've actually had a particular person ask me about this quite a few years ago now, when I was experimenting with lucid dreaming myself, and talking about how they went to all of the trouble to learn how to lucid dream so that they could be with their dream lover. And it wasn't anyone in particular, it was somebody that she had made up in her own head. And what that meant was that she was going to have this wonderful affair in her dreams. But what happened was, when she learned how to lucid dream and she created this person, and in the dream, this person rejected her. Now that sucks, doesn't it? go to all that trouble, make the perfect person for you, and they still reject you. Now, this is interesting because we do this in our dreams, but these are our most innermost beliefs. So you could be dreaming away and a pink elephant with a red balloon in its trunk floats through the sky, and you don't bat an eyelid. You just go, hey, look, did you see that? Whereas your waking mind would have gone, I think I'm dreaming, which is the difference between lucid dreaming and dreaming. Because in lucid dreaming, you'll go, hey, that shouldn't be, I must be dreaming. And so basically what's happening is we are actually just manifesting our dreams. But it's very symbolic though, isn't it? We got all these symbols, and you can actually open up a dream book, a dream dictionary, and see all of these different symbols in there that tell us what those dreams might mean. And isn't that funny how my mind might equate emotions to water, and yet so will yours? And if you've ever had your dreams interpreted, or interpreted dreams, because I've interpreted dreams my whole life, it's just been something I've been able to do, you'll find that often our psyche sort of treats symbols in very similar ways. And so when our mind, our sleeping mind, wants to project a particular, how could we say it, a particular symbol of something, it will use a particular thing, such as when it wants to portray emotion, it will show you some sort of water. And so therefore, we can start to understand that when we're interpreting dreams, we are interpreting our manifestations. However, one of the keys that I find makes it so easy for me to interpret dreams is that at the bottom of all of this sort of symbolism and craziness that we experience in our dream, at the bottom of all of that is an emotion. And the thing is, our sleeping mind is very good at articulating exactly what it is that will make us feel a particular way. And the reason why it is doing that is because that is the emotion, dominant vibration of that particular day. The momentum has brought it there. You may not think that you're going to bed, you have a nightmare, you wake up, you think, why am I having nightmares? It's easy if you've been watching horror movies, you know why you're having nightmares, because you watched a scary movie and now you're scared to look under the bed. But that's not specifically, that's really easy to determine, but that's not specifically how we always see it. And we wonder to ourselves, well, why did I have this nightmare? I haven't been watching horror movies. I've mainly just been going to work and doing the stuff that I do every single day. But when you may project fear, say from balancing the checkbook, balancing the bills, and you are actually afraid for your survival because there's more money going out than coming in, and you look at that bank balance and you go, oh, no, this is not right, and where am I going to get the money for this? And what? You're scared, aren't you? You're afraid. And when these things start to surface, we start to see them in dreams. And so when you are afraid for your survival, in this reality, it manifests as money trouble. But it's much more literal in dreams. In dreams, it manifests as a three-eyed monster that jumps out of the bushes and tries to eat you. Either way, you're still afraid for your survival. So this should hopefully give you a good idea of how dreams work. Next, tomorrow, we're going to talk about how to start interpreting those symbols. I'll see you tomorrow.